What's good, y'all? Welcome to Ready to Tape It. Today we're going to be looking at Dave Zeigler, some clips from the Dave Zeigler and Josh McDaniels presser. Let's go ahead and hop right into this first clip, talking about who will be making the final decisions when it comes down to personnel of the 53-man roster. Let's check it out.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, as the general manager and as the one leading the charge on the scouting side and personnel and college and pro, that direction will come from me in terms of the construction of the roster. Obviously, Josh and I are tied in many ways in our vision of how to build a team and our vision of what we want in terms of the players that we bring into the building is very connected. But at the end of the day, when it's time to make decisions on personnel, while we'll work together, those final decisions will be made by me.
My first take on that is definitely the fact that he had the confidence and straight up just say, I'm going to be making the final decisions. I think the fact that we're coming off of a season, being in the playoffs, being 10-7 after everything that happened, and having John Gruden be the final say in everything while being the head coach, I don't think that really worked out for us. And we definitely have to look in a different direction. And the fact that we have a GM in Zeigler that's able to actually say he's going to make the final decisions, unlike a Mike Mayock. So that's definitely reassuring, something we should look forward to. And the fact that we just have an actual GM. The coach will be the coach and the GM will be the GM. And the fact that Josh McDaniels is able to come out and say what he said about his first head coaching stint, and I know a lot of people were feeling some type of doubt with Josh McDaniels, the fact that he had a head coaching stint that didn't go so well, and he was kind of in that John Gruden role with the Denver Broncos. So let's go ahead and hear how Josh McDaniels has grown and how he actually failed the first time around with the Denver Broncos. So let's hear what he has to say.
When I went to Denver, I knew a little bit of football. I didn't really know people. And how important that aspect of this process and maintaining the culture and building the team was, and I failed, and I didn't succeed at it, and so looking at that experience has been one of the best things in my life in terms of my overall growth as a person, as a coach. What do I need to do different? How do I need to handle my role if I have another opportunity? And do better at it. And I feel like that's really an area that I've tried to grow in with our staff in New England. Our offensive staff working together, collaborating, supporting one another, impacting them, serving them, helping them grow as coaches, as players, with our guys, that we're coaching. So that's the biggest. I would say that's the biggest area for me, and I know how important it is as a head coach to be able to do that.
Flat out says he failed, and the fact that he didn't even talk about football and he only talked about people, growing characteristics, understanding people, learning people is definitely reassuring, because I'm sure he knew enough football when he went to the Broncos, but he was probably trying to be someone else, which a lot of people were saying. He was trying to be Bill Belichick and he just wasn't being himself. He has to keep it real, he has to keep it authentic, and I think if he does that with the Raiders, we should be able to go a long way. That we're going to have a good tandem coming from New England, and if we get a good defensive coordinator, we should have a good staff on our team. Definitely hop into this next clip, and they talked about Derek Carr a little bit, how Josh McDaniels actually had a phone call, as well as Zeigler had a phone call with Derek Carr, and see what they said on his contract extension.
And I know Josh talked to Derek. I had a great conversation with Derek myself yesterday, and I think the one thing that we all understand is there's going to be a process of us learning Derek learning us, and fitting all those pieces together. And I think that's going to be step one, is building the relationship, understanding what Derek does well, Derek understanding what Josh and the offensive staff is trying to build. And I think as that collaboration goes, then you kind of see how everything fits together. And I think until you see how everything, you have to see how everything fits together and kind of work from that point. And we're just really excited to have Derek here and to get to know him and get to know his strengths and get to work with him in our system.
So it's pretty much bland. They didn't really say too much whether they're going to extend him or not. They said they still have to evaluate the team, still evaluate Carr. But one thing that's interesting, he said that they're excited to have Carr on the football team. And I don't really think, this is just my opinion, that they would have been so eager to come to Las Vegas if we didn't have a quarterback per se. And I'm not saying, you know, it's all in all Derek Carr, the reason they came here, but the fact that we have Derek Carr, I think it helps because they feel like they have a guy in Derek Carr that they can continue to move forward with and then they could build with. Some people may say otherwise, that they plan on getting rid of Carr. Right now it's all speculation. Who knows what's going to happen with that, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything transpires as the year goes on. As far as the offseason goes, right? See what happens in free agency, see if we get any good signings, and then see what happens in the draft. I'm super excited, y'all. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope this presser kind of reassured you guys, kind of like it did for me. It was good to see them just kind of come out and just try to keep it real. And the reporters actually asked some decent questions. So that's always great as well. But if y'all can, make sure to rate that like button. Y'all know how it works. Hit the subscribe button as well. If you can, hit the notification bell so you can get notified when you get more videos like this. And until next time, y'all, rate the tape.